What's up, everybody? Wes Mitchell here again, GamecockCentral.com here on our YouTube page. Happy Memorial Day if you are watching this on Monday. And, of course, thank you to all of those who made the greatest sacrifice and died serving our country. That's the reason for today, and we don't want to forget that. So, happy Memorial Day. Hope everyone is enjoying your Monday. And today we've got another film breakdown or film reaction, if you will. We'll be watching the highlights of George Wilson, who is a edge rush prospect, defensive end, outside linebacker, depending on the scheme that he ends up in. And I posted this on Twitter asking for people to send in their requests, and George Wilson was the first one to pop up. So we're going to start with George Wilson, and then we'll do some more for the rest of the week. So shout out to FPF Pascal, I believe, at FPF Pascal, who was the first person to respond and request a reaction video to George Wilson's film. So 6'5", 215-pound defensive end prospect, three-star guy on Rivals from Green Run High School in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And this is someone that South Carolina has offered, South Carolina has prioritized, and George Wilson has South Carolina in his top 7. That also includes, Arizona State, Ole Miss, Oregon, Penn State, the Gamecocks, as I said, Tennessee, and Wake Forest is the top 7 right now for George Wilson. Again, a pass rush prospect from Virginia. So let's get to the film. Of course, as always, brought to you by Huddle. Appreciate the guys from Huddle. Obviously, that's where everybody posts their film these days. Let's see. You have George coming in off the edge here, and most of these clips, you see him circled there. Most of these clips, you're going to see him in this very same spot, basically as a stand-up edge rusher in this defense. And that's really, I think, if South Carolina were to land him, that's where he'd fit in perfectly for South Carolina as well, at that buck role where you see a guy either lined up as a defensive end, as this stand-up edge rusher, or, of course, that spot sometimes drops back into coverage, into the flats, and things like that. But the thing about George Wilson you're about to see, I hadn't really watched this film before until I flipped it on real quick before I started this video. The dude is a bona fide pass rush specialist, bona fide edge rusher. Here, you'll see for yourself. The speed off the edge in all these is incredible. So the left tackle here, no chance. Incredible first step, explosiveness, just gets in the backfield in a hurry and then eats up ground once he gets there, and then can bend the edge as well and get to the quarterback. Obviously, this is a highlight, so you're not going to see missed tackles, but the thing is I really like about him is that he finishes the job. You see, again, the length off the edge, closes in on the quarterback, and just makes a play. You're going to see just clip after clip of George Wilson rushing off the edge, a tackle having no chance, and then him getting to the quarterback. Here you see, I think, a guy with the speed that he has. A lot of times these tackles they sort of have to overset because they're so used to his speed off the edge. And you see he's rushing from the left side against the right tackle on this play. And the right tackle just oversets just a little bit, gets his weight into a wrong spot. And George showing good instincts, good coaching, good technique as far as just they give him the inside and he takes it and sort of just takes advantage of an offensive tackle who probably isn't quick enough to deal with him on the edge. Makes a little quick step to the outside, then gets inside, shows some physicality, and gets past this block, and again gets the sack. Let's see. Yeah, he's lined up in a similar position here, and you're going to see again. Actually, gets the quarterback again. Wasn't exactly a pass rusher on that play, but you get the point, man. 6'5", 215 pounds. Here you see him with his hand in the dirt, playing more of a defensive end role. Again, quarterback has no chance. Quickness, I wonder, I need to look up how many sacks this kid had last year because he is racking them up on this video. Again, off the edge, left tackle, just can't – the feet for most high school left tackles, it's just not there. And you see like I said, the length. He eats up a lot of dirt, and then here you see he's got a motor to him too, guys. I mean, some of these guys that are sort of pass rush guys get a bad rep that they don't have a great motor. This kid finishes off plays. He, when he gets to the backfield, even if he overruns a play, he works his way back to the quarterback. And they just see suddenness, I think is the word that comes to mind when you look at George Wilson. And I'm not going to do the whole 8 minutes because, frankly, it's the same thing. It's just him eating offensive tackles alive with his quickness, using his length, and he's a man among boys at the high school level. And I think really actually this was one that caught my eye as well. And in this case, he's not even being blocked. They tried to basically zone him or read him here. It's a zone read type play. They are leaving the backside rush end unblocked. In this case, it appears. And he does a good job of setting his feet, not letting the running back get to the outside, doing his job, sort of setting the edge, keeping contained, and then running back almost gets him, but he makes a good play and gets him to the ground. And I think he's a 3-star kid on Rivals.com. I think our guys have got to sort of look back over that, and you see him chase a play at the perimeter. This, to me, is easily a 4-star bona fide pass rusher. Prototypical. This is what you look for. If you're South Carolina, you're looking for a buck. If you're also somebody looking for a defensive end in a 4-3 scheme, you're going to have to put a little bit of weight on him, obviously, but this is what you're looking for. 6'5". Will he put some weight on in college? Absolutely, 215 pounds, but I think there's the frame to do that. He's still only a rising junior. So, by the time this kid's in his second year in college, he's probably playing at 6'5", 240 or 235 or something like that. So George Wilson, again, kid out of Virginia, a big-time priority for the Gamecocks, and someone that go watch the rest of the film on Huddle if you want, but it's just really honestly about 8 minutes of him making plays and him getting in the backfield and just using – here you see, again, he's got a motor. He works his way to the quarterback even when he's not able to just fire off the edge like he does on most of those plays. He's able to get in there and make plays. And it's comfortable out here in space. It's comfortable standing up. Here you see just I think is a perfect fit for what South Carolina likes from that buck position. And we'll get one more here of him firing off the edge, tracking down the running back and getting him to the ground. I'm going to have to look up his stats, guys, because the kid, just looking at that highlight film, was racking up the stats. So he's a stat stuffer, an edge rusher, a 3-star on Rivals. Like I said, if you ask me, our Rivals rankings, you have a 4-stars everywhere from a 5'8", 5'9", 6'0". To me, this is a 5'9", 4-star. That's a mid 4-star with even a chance to move up from that. Very impressed with George Wilson's film. I see why the Gamecocks like him. I see why other schools like him. Right now, Penn State leading the forecast there on our Rivals FutureCast system, but we'll see what happens. We'll see when he wants to make a decision. Is it before or after guys take visits or can take visits again with, of course, the coronavirus stuff. So still a lot of uncertainty in recruiting in general, and we'll see what happens with George Wilson. But again, in closing, the dude can play. Pass rush stud. We'll give him a 4-star stamp here on Gamecock Central. And again, if you like the video, hit subscribe. We're trying to continue to push out some daily content. And for the rest of the week, I'm going to have these reaction videos. So hit me up on Twitter at Wes Mitchell GC. Tell me who you want to hear about next. And I think we had several guys who were requested. I think we're going to do Keon Coleman next. He's a wide receiver from Louisiana. So check that out later this week. And otherwise, we'll see you on GamecockCentral.com.